This is John from JC. Hey, there's been a lot of questions on how to maintain an electric compressor on the job site. Sometimes the guys are saying that their compressor making a lot of noise. They don't know what it is, and most time, 9 times out of 10, it's a loose belt. So today I'm going to show you the real simple way to adjust your belt on the job site, and it's about a 10-minute fix. So say your compressor is making noise. The belt tension, there is none on this unit, not like the gas operated ones. So what we have to do is, all it is a 1/2-inch wrench, and there's 4 bolts that hold this electric motor onto the unit. What you do is you loosen them up, and about a full turn on each of them should be just about what you need. And get the 2 in the back, we'll get the 2 here in the front. They're 1/2-inch, so it's pretty standard. And all this does is loosen up. On the old gas operated units, there was a bolt here that you could actually tighten up. It had a tension bolt on it, and it would move this for you. Now myself, I've just come up with a scheme of different pieces of wood, and what you do is you get something close to what's going to be accurate, and you put one up against the motor and one up against the pump, and you see I've got a little bit of a gap there between them. And what I end up doing is I take another piece of wood, and it's my wedge, and then what I do is I slide it in here, and this one here, of course, I'm not going to change the tension on this unit, but that's, you notice how sloppy that is. So what I would do is, if that belt was stretched, of course we're working with a brand new unit, I would come up with a larger stick and then wedge it into there. And then all I would do is use my hammer to hammer it in. And what that does is put enough pressure up against this motor that was loose, it would take all the slack out of the drive belt. And while you still have the tension still here on the motor and the pump, then you just reach around, and you need to tighten up the front 2 bolts first. Make sure that they're good and snug. Do the same to the back. All right, then once you've done that, then you can actually pull your sticks back out. That has taken up the tension in your belt. And then you can also tighten up the back to make sure that everything's good and firm. You won't strip them out. They're pretty tough. Now the question is okay, do I have it tight enough? What I usually do is I do the check system like I've always done with these units. Is you take a screwdriver, and you see how the belt runs up in the back here? What you do is you go down about 2 squares from the center of the belt. You slide a screwdriver in there, and all you do with the screwdriver is just take your hand and you just push it down. If you can move that thing more than a 1/2 inch, then it's still too loose. If it's nice and taut, you've got the right tension on it. And that's a real easy fix for all the guys on the job site that their belt will stretch after some time. And it's normal. Usually after about 3 or 4 months, maybe even longer, you'll notice it, and it takes a little bit longer to pump up, and that's the easy fix on the job site. Now just make sure that when you're doing any kind of maintenance on your unit, that you get some non-detergent oil while you're tightening up your belt. Take 5 minutes, drain the oil out of the pump. They recommend every 40 to 60 hours, which is about a week and a half, that the pump oil should be changed. So that's the quick fix from JC Incorporated this morning. Thanks for your listening.